everybody, Sarah Denning here again, and I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about blonding and a little bit about hairlines. So for those of you that don't know me, I do a ton of blondes. I'm in Florida. We all do a ton of blondes, right? But 9 times out of 10 I try and keep things pretty strategic. I have a little bit of OCD, so I like things to be done a certain way. So this is pretty much my sectioning. I've already pre-sectioned, and you can see I've already left out some of these hairline pieces because that's what we're going to be focusing on today. But as you can see, I have basically it's 4 quadrants with your mohawk section here. So this would be, right now I have it on a middle part. If your guest parts to the side, you would just move this over a little bit. So I have my mohawk section here, I have my 2 sides, and then I have my back, which is split in half for control. The ones that I do are still just like your traditional foil, but we either do like a colour melting toner, or maybe we're doing some like teasy lights in there so that it's not directly on base. So usually I do a little bit of a mixture of that, especially for those money pieces around the hairline. So that's what we're going to do today. So when I'm doing hairline foiling or anything that I'm trying to look very natural, do you see how thin that subsection is? So you can fully see through that, and that's really what you're going for. Now with that being said, when a subsection is as fine as this, it lifts much quicker, so we need to watch what developer we're using with our lightener or if we're using colour, but just keep that in mind when we are foiling. So typically what I do first is a very, very fine microwave, your baby light term. So I'm going to come in here, I'm actually going to leave these little side pieces out because they're too much. If I over direct this too much, what's going to happen is these pieces are being brought to the middle and the lightener won't be able to be applied straight on there, so it'll already leave a little bit of a root. With my foil, I'm going to tilt this over, and when I lift this, you want to lift the hair directly up with a good amount of tension. When you place that foil underneath it, if you have tension, it starts to fold your foil, and then you want to just slip this out gently. And what that does is it keeps that pretty secure. So now I'm going to go in with Light Master, and I'm going to place my lightener here. Do you see how that's about 1 inch away from the base? And that is going to secure my foil. So do you see now I can move this pretty freely and it's not going anywhere? So I'm going to go in here and fully saturate this. And then once I'm here, I'm just going to use whatever colour or lightener is already on my brush and diffuse that up to the top. What that does is it allows me to not apply too much product here because lightener swells, so we don't want any bleed marks or anything for it to swell too much. And then when I'm here, I'm going to fold once, and just making sure that I'm just pinching on these ends. I'm not running my hand across there. I can fold twice. If for whatever reason your foil starts to slide, if you lift that up, you've left this little lip. Oh, sorry, my hand was there. You've left this little lip so you can push this back into place here. We're pretty good on this one. And then I'm going to go in and close that packet for maximum lift. Now, when I'm creating a money piece, depending on what you want. If you want a really, really thick one, you could maybe do a slice in there, and you could continue to do this further back. Because I want this quite soft, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another horizontal section, again, super, super fine. Now for this third section, this is when I'm going to start to do a teasy light. So again, very fine section. I can still fully see through it, right? But I'm going to take this, and I like to weave first. Whether you want to weave first or tease first, that's totally up to you. So I've weaved this, and I'm just going to tease this once, twice through here. And on those fine sections, you're not going to get too much of like a back combing, but it will diffuse that line a little bit. So I'm here. If you have any strays that are coming, I tend to just push them up. And I'm going to start a little bit further down because now I'm going to start blending this. So again, I've saturated through here. And I'm not going to bring all of this the whole way to the top of the base here this time, because I want to start softening this so that we have a bright money piece and then it flows back into more of a balayage look. So can you guys see how that's just off the base here? I haven't taken this lightener all the way up. It's softened, but it isn't fully saturated all the way up, and that's going to start to create some of that diffusion at the base. So again, 1, 2, close this over. And now my fourth section, I'm still taking a pretty fine subsection but it's not going to be like my micro baby lights in the beginning. So if I can show you here. Do you see how that's much thicker than what these very, very first hairline was? I mean, you can still see through it, but it's not as baby fine. And I'm going to do the exact same with my weave. So I'm not going to take my weave as baby fine or as micro up here. Now I'm at a medium. Oops, let me see if you guys can. So you can see that. And again, I'm going to tease this. So now you can see, because it was a thicker subsection, how it's able to tease a little bit thicker and then stay at the base a little bit more. And again, that's going to totally soften our highlight through our hairline. So same technique, I'm lifting it up, I'm pushing it down. You guys can see, can you see? You can see slightly there where it's been teased, back comb. If I have any pieces, I'm just removing those out of the foil, because the last thing that you want to do is apply lightener onto the part that has been teased. You want to keep that separate. Again, now that I'm here, you can see that I'm applying even further down, because I'm starting to diffuse this and I'm not going as high up. So I'm further down. I have fully saturated this. And I'm just bringing this up a little bit softer each time. We still want saturation because we still want to get light, but we're just softening this here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Josephine process, and when we come back I am going to have this blow dry, this little section here, and you can see how that money piece starts to soften back. And this is what I do for all of the hairlines. So I do it for the side. My first 4 foils are pretty much the same here as they are here, and all the way through there. Okay, so this is where after, and I just wanted to show you guys, it's a bit bright in here, but you guys can see where this naturally starts to diffuse. So you can see how far up we are here, we're right at the base, and then this is that foil that we teased a little bit more and dropped a little bit further down. So it just starts to create a kind of natural blend that would go all the way back if I had continued the technique. And through here, you can just see how soft that is through the front. And if we lift up here, we don't have any like harsh lines of demarcation through the hairline as well, so it just creates some of that softness. So that's typically how I do my hairline pieces. I hope you enjoyed it.